The Apple AirTag isn't a new idea, but it is Apple's first take on it. Promising to make sure you never lose your things again, the AirTag is a great idea, but is it worth the price? What are some of its competitors? In this AirTag review, we'll go over some of the things that the AirTag does better than anyone else, some cheaper comparable options, and some of the shortcomings of the AirTag. But before we start the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Alright, let's get started. The Apple AirTag is pretty small, at 1.26 inches in diameter and 0.31 inches thick. That makes it competitive with some of the other options out there, placing it somewhere in the middle. The battery is easily replaceable and should last up to a year. They do have some water resistance and should be okay if dropped in water as long as you act fast. There is also complementary monogramming or emoji placement on the back of the AirTag, which can help you distinguish them from each other. The AirTag makes a noise when you're trying to detect it, but it's not crazy loud. It should be easy to hear if you're in the same room, but if you're somewhere else and it's stuffed under a couch in a different room, you may have trouble hearing it. However, the coolest and most unique thing about the AirTag is that it uses other iPhones to triangulate its position. Don't worry, this signal output has end-to-end encryption, and not even Apple is able to determine the location of these phones or AirTags from this tracking. If your AirTag gets lost, say, 3 blocks away from you in New York City, you won't have to worry about finding it again. It should be a piece of cake, as there are plenty of iPhones for it to ping. However, this functionality decreases drastically in open rural areas, as there are fewer iPhones to track it. One of the biggest problems with the AirTag is that it makes it easy to stalk someone. Of course, this is a problem with other tags as well, but Apple won't alert someone if they're being stalked until after a lengthy period, meaning they can be used to stalk someone throughout the day rather effectively. Samsung's tag also has this issue though, and it's really more of an issue with the technology itself rather than the AirTag. The AirTag has no onboard GPS tracking, which means it has to rely on a phone being nearby, and the phone has to be an iPhone for its tracking to work. Additionally, the AirTag just won't work at all on an Android. If you have an Android phone and are looking for a tag, the AirTag is totally useless to you. Finally, the AirTag itself isn't super expensive for what it is, costing $35 for one and $99 for a pack of 4. However, it doesn't have a hole in it, meaning you can't attach it to a keyring without buying one of Apple's AirTag straps. These can cost anywhere from $20 to $40, which is more than the cost of the AirTag itself. That said, there's already a large third-party market for these straps, and you definitely don't have to go to Apple to attach your AirTag to a keyring. Still, it's an additional expense you'll need to take into account. There are some limitations to the software as well, though these have the potential to be fixed in the future. One is that there is no separation alert for the AirTag, meaning by the time you realize it's lost, it could be long gone. The second is that there is no family sharing or ability to tie 2 iPhones to the same AirTag. There is no Apple Watch support for the AirTag either. The AirTag is super easy to set up with any iPhone. The real kicker that makes the AirTag special is its ultra-wideband tracking, which is very accurate in close proximity. This is the main reason to get the AirTag over other competitors. It's also quite stylish, bringing that free engraving and shiny metal front to the table. Depending on use, the shiny metal front may get scratched and scuffed fairly easily though, so be careful. While there are some other third-party tags that work with the iPhone, nothing will work as well with the iPhone's Find My app than the AirTag. The AirTag has multiple uses, but its best use is for when you're losing things in your own home rather than out and about somewhere. If you have an Android, basically any tag that isn't the AirTag will work for you, as the AirTag simply doesn't work with anything that isn't an iPhone. However, if you have an iPhone, there are other options available to you if you don't like the AirTag. One of the bigger companies that makes little trackers like this is Tile. Tile has less robust tracking systems than the AirTag, but they do have a hole in them, meaning you don't have to go out of your way for an accessory. Additionally, while they do have a Tile network that is similar to Apple's AirTag pinging iPhones for location data, it's not nearly as big or robust. The Tile Slim is even thinner than the Apple AirTag and perfect for tracking wallets with minimal bulging. And they also have a tag that can stick to all sorts of things, making that better for tracking things that you can't put the AirTag on, like a laptop. All of these options are fairly competitive with the price of the AirTag, though that doesn't take into account the fact that you'll need to buy an accessory to take full advantage of the AirTag. One competitor that works with the Apple Find My app is the Chipolo Spot, which is $1 cheaper than the AirTag and has a hole in it. The battery lasts just as long, and the audio ping to help find it is much louder. Like the AirTag, the battery on the Chipolo is replaceable. Chipolo also offers other products, but doesn't work with anything that isn't an iPhone, so it still doesn't help out much if you have another phone. The Chipolo is currently sold out, however, so you'll have to wait if you want to buy it. And if you're a hardcore Android, there's always the Samsung SmartTag. The SmartTag has additional functionality in the sense that you can set it up to turn other smart home devices off or on with a press of its button. The SmartTag Plus is an upcoming improvement on the SmartTag that will use the same ultra-wideband positioning that Apple currently uses. And while it does use other phones in a similar way to Apple, there aren't as many people with the SmartThings app on a Samsung device as there are people with iPhones. While the SmartTag is certainly useful, it's still more or less outclassed entirely by the Tile series of tags, which are definitely the best general-use tags out there. There's a pretty easy flowchart of what to do. If you have an Android, do not buy the Apple AirTag. If you have an iPhone, you may not need the AirTag. But if you're forgetful or insecure and lose your belongings in your home a lot and have an iPhone, the AirTag is a fairly painless solution. If you don't really have any sort of brand loyalty to Apple, the Chipolo Spot could be a great substitution for you, as it's cheaper, works on the same technology, and doesn't require additional accessories. Otherwise, it's a pretty black and white decision. For now, the AirTag is the best tracker for iPhone users. If you're not an iPhone user, both the Samsung SmartTag and the Tile series of tags are great options that will help you out with finding stuff. Sadly, they'll never be quite as accurate or robust as the tracking power of the AirTag, but both of them are great options if you have an Android device instead of an iPhone, as there is no play between the AirTag and the Android. And of course, if you're the type who always knows where everything is, buying any sort of these is akin to burning money, as you won't get very much use out of the product. Thanks for watching our video. Looking for more? Check out this playlist. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss more videos by us. We've got 2 more tech video reviews coming up soon. Would you buy the Apple AirTag? Why or why not? Tell us your thoughts with a comment down below. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video. Take care.